actually was really good friends with his sister, and then she went away to Australia, and I just swooped in.
Did you keep it a secret from his sister?
Until I knew that I like
So you knew it was worth
super
bringing
wanted.
up.
Yeah. So I was like, I don't know. He's an adult that skateboards. We'll see.
So are you guys both comedians?
Yeah. Well,
Well, I
did you
didn't
get
know.
me into it?
No.
No.
I encouraged you to do stand-up
He
comedy,
would
but-
always encourage me to
Yeah.
do stand-up, and then, but I was always like,
friend of
no, I couldn't. No, that's crazy. No way, man. Even though I was like, I'm pretty sure I could do it. Like, I'm pretty sure I'd be better than anyone. Like, let's be honest. You know? And then our mutual friend who moved here but now is in LA, Aisha Alpha. She encouraged me to do it, and then I was like, okay, if you say so.
Yeah.
so she.
Not me though.
Nope, not you. But I mean, it's kind of like you're biased about it though. And so that Aisha said I should do it, and then she was like, "You're doing it, and I'm gonna put you up in my room next month. You have a month to write a 5-minute set." And then I was like, "Okay, I guess I'm doing it." And so then I did it like November of 4 years ago.
You killed it.
Just hit
Killed
the
it
ground.
on your first one. I mean, a lot of friends and family there.
Yeah,
but-
I mean, it was 95% people I
But
knew.
yes.
Like,
So you felt comfortable having people in the audience that you knew?
I had to. I was like,
Okay.
you better laugh. And then, because it was all comedians who I already knew through dating him, and then my friends. So there was like, I think maybe one person that I didn't know.
You guys
Yeah.
regulate your intake very nicely.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm going to pace myself because I know how wild I can get, right? Is that it?
1 for 1. Yeah.
Well, I know how much it sends me into Pokemon Go. I'll just wait it out.
Are there any Pokemon here right now? It's like they're ghosts.
Oh no, you shouldn't ask that.
Do they
shouldn't have
ever,
asked
are they
that.
ever at the hotbox?
No,
Or do they,
she-
Oh
how does
yeah,
it work?
I just caught a Squirtle here. It's been a great day.
Squirtle, that sounds great.
Yeah.
Let's just get right into your sex lives then. Yes.
So, do you guys like laugh while you're having sex?
Yes.
We've had some moments where it was like, you just gotta laugh.
Yeah.
You know? And then we take a minute, breathe in the moment, and then carry on.
Yeah, we do.
But I think you've gotten a couple jokes out of our sex life.
Yeah, it's been great.
Yeah, a
It's
couple
all.
good jokes. And that's the thing, like when you're
I
both
had sex
doing
with him wearing a
comedy-
breathe right strip once.
was
Because
like,
I
they're
love
like
you.
$2 a strip. I'm not gonna ask him to take them off.
Yeah. Oh, umbrella. He's sheltering her with the umbrella from the sunlight. That is so sweet. What is that? Dancing men on that umbrella?
Oh, that's from the Book of Mormon.
Wow.
Wet with salvation. I love it.
Are you guys Mormons?
No.
No, it's the musical. He got an
Love it.
umbrella at the musical.
I'm wet with salvation. This is the best thing. Where do I get one of these?
I think you have to go to the musical.
I think we need to go to this.
I just came for the umbrellas. Sorry.
What does the other one say?
I've been doused by the Heavenly Father.
You're witty, right? So you probably have witty arguments?
Well, the thing is, when you're truly upset, it's hard to be witty. You know what I mean? When you're truly upset, you're like,
What was our last fight?
it's usually at a grocery store.
Over
No,
produce.
that was before. Because when we first
Yeah.
moved in together, we had very different ideas about how we should eat. And then over time, he slowly wore me down.
Yeah, yeah.
And now I'm 20 pounds heavier. So you tell me who was right. It's not usually about stuff. Usually it's just kind of like we're both in a pissy mood.
Yeah.
And we're not in the mood for the other person to be in a pissy mood. That's usually what it is.
Totally.
I can't deal with your pissiness right now.
Yeah, it's like, you're not allowed to be mad because I'm mad,
Yeah.
and we can't both be mad because then we don't get anything done.
Are a lot of comedians passive aggressive?
I don't know about that. Ask Dana.
Well, he's gotten a lot better. I'm more aggressive.
Okay, yeah, that's the
Yeah,
alternative.
it's the same with anyone. Like I'm aggressive, and so I'm with someone who's passive aggressive, and it drives me nuts. But I couldn't be with someone who is also aggressive because, like, woof,
There'd be
we'd just be
blood.
fighting all the time.
And I appreciate your aggressiveness. Sometimes you just cut to the chase.
Have you read any books on that kind of stuff? Like, do you...
What to expect when you're
YouTube?
expecting?
Are you guys? Okay. Are you expecting?
No. I'm expecting a trip to Mexico. Okay. We did like a counseling session.
One time, yeah.
One time
we did it
last
one time,
year.
a couples counseling session.
That was
It was
honestly
really
great.
good.
Yeah.
It was like,
awesome.
it was awesome.
So fucking expensive.
Yeah, I was like, I want this one to work. I want to go in there one time and I want it to work.
Yeah.
So I will pay the money. I'll pay for it.
Yeah.
Or I paid half, actually.
It was no, it was the opposite of Love at First Sight actually.
You didn't like me?
We hated each other.
Yeah,
First.
no.
No, sorry, I hated you. No, it's just that we were in university together. We were kind of in two different circles. Like she was with friends and I wasn't. And
I was like the queen
was the
bee.
really-
I was like
yeah.
the A girl.
Okay.
A-lister,
The
yeah,
A-list
yeah.
celebrity in the
and then she
theater
entered a
department.
bet with her friends who
That I could take any guy to prom
and
and make
him
him the prom
king.
king.
And yet you two came together. I love it.
No, but
I found out about the bet about 3/4 way through the movie.
it's the same with a lot of my relationships with people, including like friendships, where it's just like I have to slowly ease into them and then like be in the same room with a person several times for several years.
Yeah.
And then I'll be like,
Acclimate.
hello, you know? For our first date, it was super cool because I have to always plan the first date. Like I don't like leaving things up to chance and awkwardness. And usually what I had done before Tim was and this was before I started doing comedy, obviously, I always brought all of my first dates to stand-up comedy because it's the perfect venue, I think, for a first date, unless you sit in the front, but you don't like, because then they're like, you guys together, and you're like, I don't know, you know.
Also, very early in the relationship, I took a poop
In her.
apartment.
Oh, I thought you were going to say.
Yeah,
in
you
her
have to say
bed.
apartment after that. In her
In the
what?
bath-
In the washroom?
In the bathroom, in the
In the
toilet.
toilet.
I took the traditional method of pooping,
Traditional, this is good.
but very early. In
I
the
think it was like a
That shows
second or
comfort.
third.
Right? It's
Yeah.
like, this is me. This is who I am. This is what my shit smells like.
Are you two married?
No, he proposed, but I said no.
Look at you guys
Yeah.
laughing about it.
Yeah.
Okay.
In Paris.
Oh yeah. I had met up with my best friends to go traveling for a month. Like, you wanted to surprise me, but like,
I talked about it. I thought about it at first, but it's like, what if I went to Paris
and she
and
changed
then
her
couldn't
mind.
fucking find her for?
Yeah.
We spent 4 days like
that would
chasing
make
each
it
other
more
around.
romantic.
Or I
though.
changed my
Yeah,
mind and I
yeah.
didn't want to go to Paris.
then-
Yeah.
So why the no to the proposal?
Oh, he knew I didn't want to get married,
Yeah.
and he's crying. He's on his knees. You can't be like,
What are you gonna say?
no.
Come on.
I was like, okay, I'll say yes, and then I'll
If she
ease
had
him
said
into
no.
the no. And
You
be
said a
like,
yes first?
Yeah.
yeah, because like,
Ooh, wow.
It was a.
he was very
intense
fragile.
weekend.
What about
He was
maybe?
very
It was a very
fragile.
intense weekend because then we spent almost the entire time talking about, marriage and if we're ready or not. And
I
we
was like,
believe-
so you want to get married soon? And he's like, no, not anytime soon. And I was like, so you want to be engaged for a long time? And he's like, I guess. And I was like, well, what's the point of that?
one way or the other, we're going to be together until one of us murders the other one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that it'll be me, and then I'm probably gonna crawl inside of you.
Wow, that sounds so intimate. I'm gonna bury myself inside you. Wow.
So what else did you want to know?
That's
So actually, I have a
intense,
question.
too.
So were you guys sexually compatible right away?
Yeah.
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 Nice.
Yeah.
I mean, like,
still-
what does sexually compatible mean? No, I'm just kidding. No, it was really good.
Yeah, really good, and like I think our bodies fit well together. Like even
Yeah,
when we're
that
screaming
was
and
the
stuff
best
like that.
part.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
Because that's what I remember even more than the sex
When we get
the
into-
first time.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
just like cuddling, being like, oh.
Yeah.
Now that's like the puzzle piece, you know?
Yeah. I was
Yeah.
like, oh, here it is.
Yeah.
There's a song about
both
Yeah, that
like
was a song
got-
about cuddling. There it is.
We fit together right away, and then we both got fatter together, so we still did. In the beginning, we used to, you remember we used to fight a lot about sex?
Yeah.
About the fact that I always wanted to and he didn't want to.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
I've
Yeah.
experienced that many times. Do you
Yeah.
have a higher sex drive?
Yeah.
You're like, I want it all the time, anytime I ask for it. So do your family members know the true yous? Okay, this is when Cindy's like, I think it might be too high to talk right now.
I'm very close with my
Yeah,
parents.
that's very open.
And super open. Yeah. My mom touched my vibrator the other day. Actually.
That is amazing. And
She
kinda
didn't know what it
disturbing.
was. She was like,
What is this?
we were about to paint my bedroom, and then I guess I accidentally left it in the bed. And she's like, what is it? I don't know if I want to be touching that. And I was like, I don't know. Like, I don't know what it is that it's in my bed. Oh, God. So embarrassing.
Oh my God.
Super close with my family. And I think that's where I'm at my most comfortable is with my family and with Tim. I'd been being apparently kind of condescending to him about
That kind of sounds funny. Apparently,
I mean, as in I didn't know that I was being condescending at the time, but because like I have my summers off, and so I wind up doing a lot more of the housework, and so I guess I was being a little bit condescending about like him cleaning up or him not cooking or and that
I'm making
stuff.
half the meals, doing my fair share.
Yeah, like the whole Kale dinner fiasco.
Dinner fiasco.
You know what I'm talking about?
No.
I was like, could you just cook dinner? So he throws just a handful of kale into a frying pan along with some onions. And then
Salt, maybe?
and garlic salt, I guess. I didn't eat it because then he was like, I get up when we're like, okay, we have to leave now, and he's like, okay, I have some fried kale and some celery, and I'm like, that's not even close. But I didn't say anything. I was just like, ooh, and I bottled it up, and I was like, he knew that I was pissed. And he's like, oh, but I also have these hard-boiled eggs. And I was like, the eggs that I boiled? You mean today?
And yet you two come together.
Yeah.
Bond. Is it the comedy that brings you together?
I mean,
Well, you gotta laugh.
you gotta laugh.
You gotta laugh.
I know, actually, it would be because, like, our humor is what brought us together.
One of our first like bonding moments was going and seeing her ex-boyfriend's one-man show. That was like so
We're still
shitty.
friends,
okay.
and it was during the Fringe, right?
Yeah.
So we were like, well, let's go see it.
And I didn't
And-
know that it was like going into it until afterwards. So the whole time I'm like, making fun of the show to Dana.
Because he wasn't wearing shoes. Because he wasn't wearing shoes.
And he was doing these like
And it was
weird,
very
tacky-
pretentious.
Very
It was
pretentious,
very pretentious show. The humor is kind of what glues it together because we're also in a sketch troupe together. So we do,
Yeah.
we do this sketch troupe and we're rehearsing 3 to 4 times a week, getting together 3 to 4 times a week with this sketch troupe, and we also do stand up together, and we also live together.
And we do a weekly podcast.
Yeah, and we do the podcast with our sketch troupe. Yeah. Hunks is our sketch troupe. We get along humor-wise, but it's also we have two very different kinds of humor and different approaches to it. So it works that it rounds out the sketch troupe. It would be one thing if our sense of humor was exactly the same, because then why have both of us in the sketch troupe? What's the different things that we're bringing? He brings a really silly, physical, and he's crazy likable on stage.
So you guys are from Winnipeg?
Yes.
Do you guys come to Toronto often?
This is my very first time in Toronto.
Really? Is it as wacky and zany as you thought it would be?
Yeah, I love it, man. I've been having a great time.
What I love about Toronto and comedy is that I can tell just by being here for a little bit that it's this is where you go to get really good, because there are so many shows.
It's been a really inviting and welcoming community already.
Yeah.
What I've noticed is a lot of them started in Toronto and now are in New York or LA, but they come back to Toronto to do a couple things.
Do you see yourselves doing that kind of thing, moving to the States? Or would you like
I'm
to?
thinking,
I don't know.
The sound of love-making ritual. You make the waffles and the chicken like from scratch?
Yeah. We did like chicken tenders and batter them and fried them.
Oh my gosh.
And then you take maple syrup and you mix in some hot sauce or some sriracha. And then you pour that over the chicken and the waffles. And like you do boneless chicken strips and then you just cut into it.
Yeah.
So
Do you guys cook together when you prepare this food?
No.
strictly
Who's the cook?
We.
I am.
Oh, I
don't even remember the Kale story earlier.
What sort of romantic advice would you give?
You gotta laugh.
A laugh.
If you guys want to make out close to the recording, we can get some sound effects.
Make it wet.
Make it work.